One, two, three, four, five. Greetings from the Arcturians and Arcturian 144 here. Now, I'm being asked to deliver a very important message to a very important person who's watching me, who's been watching me. I'm being asked to deliver a message to the current CIA director, John Ratcliff, who's watching me. Greetings, Mr. Ratcliff. Greetings from the Arcturians. They're telling me that you are an Arcturian too, John Ratcliff. CIA Director John Ratcliff. You're watching me. You've been watching me. I know. We know. I know. And the Arcturians have a message for you. Regarding Iran and US war right now, and I'm getting Prime Minister Netanyahu as well. So, of course, because this has been like a joint effort, this is like US, Israel ganging up on Iran, so this is like US, Israel, Iran, war, conflict. Right, I'm getting the spirit or energy of Winston Churchill is stepping in as well here now. He's always around me in the spirit, anyway, because I keep having to talk to politicians and the world leaders watching me, the few of them that are and have been watching me, or maybe more than a few. And maybe if it's not all the time, they're watching me from time to time. They're paying attention. They're keeping tabs on me and what I'm saying. And, the information and intel and the insight and the wisdom and the knowledge I'm giving them and that I'm coming out with and that I'm giving it to all of you, even the intelligence agencies like CIA, FBI. I get NSA as well. I mean, I know that the US government has been watching me. I know. And of course, mainly I keep getting CIA, FBI, and I get NSA as well. I'm getting NSA as well. And maybe NSA, they probably watch me from time to time, but I've been getting FBI and CIA consistently watching me and keeping an eye on me, which is fine. I got nothing to hide. Right. I was channeling this message yesterday evening a bit because it was coming through then from the Arcturians and from the Galactics, mainly from the Arcturians, because this is a message for CIA Director John Ratcliff watching me. And this is a message for you coming from the Arcturians. This is a message coming for you from the Arcturians. Now, regarding Iran and President Trump, but also regarding what Iran really wants, okay? We all know what Iran wants in the end. And what Iran really wants from President Trump to end the war or conflict, and also to end the war or conflict with Prime Minister Netanyahu too. And what Iran really wants to end the war is for the US and the rest of the world, but mainly the US and Prime Minister Netanyahu, but mainly the US, because they're not even all that bothered about Prime Minister Netanyahu either. Mainly the US. What Iran really wants to end the war is for the US to allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Okay? But that's not happening because even the Arcturians won't let that happen. Even the Arcturians don't want that happening. Even the Arcturians don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon because they will not be responsible with it, is what I'm channeling, is what I'm getting. And of course, that is the fear when it comes to the US, even Prime Minister Netanyahu, and the rest of the world as well. That's why no one really wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon. We understand. We understand that. And as I said, even the Arcturians don't want Iran to have a nuclear weapon. And so it won't happen. But then, I mean, what is to be done about this? What will end the war with Iran in the end? And I've been saying this, and, we've been coming out with this message that please let the galactics in. And I've been talking to NASA about this as well and urging them to make first contact happen, to make first contact possible, to let the galactics in, to let the galactics into the picture. But no one here on planet Earth, especially the politics, especially the politicians and the world leaders, and the ones, who are watching me, the politicians and the world leaders watching me, it's like no one here on planet Earth wants to or is ready and willing to do that. So then what's going to keep happening on this planet and with this war that President Trump has initiated and has started with Iran now? I'm getting this war and this conflict will continue if first contact doesn't happen and if the galactics are not let into the picture. If the galactics are not allowed in on planet Earth to help and assist with this diabolical situation that we've got on our hands here now on planet Earth, then if the galactics are not allowed in to the picture to help and assist our world with this, then this war and this conflict on planet Earth will continue. And the rest of it too. I mean, Iran, the whole of the Middle East, Israel, Lebanon. Well, I guess Lebanon is in the Middle East. And then we have President Putin, waging war with Ukraine and provoking the rest of the Europe as well, and threatening a third world war and a nuclear war on top of it. I mean, that's what's happening to our world. And if there are any other skirmishes happening in other parts of the world as well, and other threats present in other parts of the world as well. I'm getting China and Taiwan in my head right now as well. I'm getting Japan as well. Um, so yeah, so whatever is going on, with those countries as well, and the tension there, you know, when it comes to war and conflict, or something, uh, what's the word? Something happening there, when it comes to those countries too in the near future. So now I'm getting North Korea as well. And the North Korean leader, Kim, I'm not going to say the rest of his name because, sorry, couldn't pronounce it really. So, or I could try, but I'm sure I won't be able to pronounce it correctly. So what's the point? Anyway, Kim, the North Korean leader, Kim. I'm getting him too right now. So I'm going to repeat the same statement that I've been repeating since last year here on my channel and here on our channel. This is an Arcturian channel as well. So I'm going to repeat the same statement that I've been repeating since last year, which is our world is in danger. And our world is still in danger. Now, I've been watching and catching up on the news a little bit here, and I can see that Iran-US peace deal has been electronically signed by what? By President Trump, by the White House, and I'm getting it won't last. And whatever President Trump or the White House has done in terms of signing a deal with Iran, a peace deal with Iran electronically, it's just for show. It's just for the cameras. Is what I'm getting. The hostilities will resume and will continue. When it comes to Iran, US and Israel war, and when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz, is what I'm getting. Is what the Arcturians are telling me. So I'm just channeling their message. And they're also telling me the same thing again right now, is that Iran is just not interested in a deal right now. Iran's just not interested. And let's not forget that it really hasn't been that long since President Trump assassinated Iranian Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and his family, and has left the current Supreme Leader of Iran, his son, Mujtaba Khamenei, disabled. So they are still in their grieving process. It's only been a few months. So they are still in their grieving process, and they are also very much in revenge mode when it comes to President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu. I mean, just be a human being for a second, and put yourself in Iran's shoes, and put yourself in Ali Khamenei's son, Mujtaba Khamenei, who's lost his leg. Is what I saw in one of the images I saw on the news recently, and he's been disabled by that bunker buster bombs or missiles attack. Okay? And his father, Ali Khamenei, has been assassinated. I think his mother and other close family members were also there, maybe a sister as well. maybe his sister as well. I am not sure. I need to look up the details of who was killed in that attack other than Ali Khamenei. But and then of course you've left Ali Khamenei's son Mujtaba Khamenei disabled. Even that is a big shock to like get used to and live with, when you don't have a leg anymore, or you don't have all the limbs that you're used to, and you've been confined to a wheelchair. I mean, that takes time to it takes time for a human being to process that kind of big change that's been forced on him. And of course, he would still be in his grieving process in terms of losing his father and his mother and maybe his sister too, and close family members as well, and being disabled himself on top of it. You really think he would be interested in making a deal with President Trump right now, when he's in his grieving process and when they are all pretty much in revenge mode? At this point, they are. At this point, that's what's going on with their feelings and emotions. Being human. And what they've just gone through. And of course, the regime change, though, is it really? Because what's happened? Ali Khamenei's son, Mujtaba Khamenei, has taken over. He's the successor. So has the regime really changed? Has there really been a regime change? Not really. And we were advising against doing that last year to President Trump as well. That don't do it. Don't assassinate Ali Khamenei, and don't try and do a regime change in Iran. We were advising against all of that last year. And if you were watching last year, John Ratcliff, then you would know, if you remember. Anyway, I think I've started rambling a little bit here now. So, coming back to the message, the main message that's coming from the Galactics and mainly from the Arcturians, your star family as well now, because they're telling me that you are also an Arcturian. The main message coming from them is, please help and assist NASA with making first contact possible, with making first contact happen, and please let the Galactics in so they can come in and assist planet Earth and the human race, and so they can come in and assist us with all of this that is transpiring and unfolding and happening, and all these happenings, all these diabolical happenings, all this war and killing and destruction happening on our planet, in our world. Let them come in and assist us with it. And that's what the Arcturians are requesting from you. CIA Director John Ratcliff, watching me. That's what the Arcturians, your star family, is requesting from you as well. To help and assist with making first contact happen, and to help and assist with making first contact possible as soon as possible, ASAP. Wow, this is an emergency. Well, we can all see what's unfolding in our world. And as I keep repeating myself, that our world is in danger.